Okay, everyone, it's the end of 2025, and we thought we'd come together from doing our monthly updates that we've been doing over the year, and just wrap up 2025 with a bit of a reflection with Dana of how she's seen the year go by. We've been in business now since our brand launch in January, and we've been busy, so we thought we'd just stop and have a reflection of what's happened, and from Dana's perspective. So I'll put you on the spot, Dana. How would you rate the year? How's it gone?
Oh my gosh, how do I rate the year? Maybe around out of 10, maybe 8 or 9. I'm quite generous in giving points, but with the kind of the things that we've completed and targeted this year and how we were able to hit those targets, I'm pretty satisfied and happy. So I'm giving it a high rating.
Yeah, you giving it a 9 says a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and in that year, in this year, like what would you put as your sort of top three major achievements um,
Oh
that
my
we've been able to
gosh.
do?
Is it personal or like in
Whatever you
general?
want, whatever you want.
Okay, maybe I'd rather go with the general one. I think with the top three, maybe number one is the certifications that we have achieved. That's a big one. And then there's also the commitment to growth that we did. Speaking of commitment, we've also been able to, do our community giving commitment for this year. And then the number three is the one with their partners. Actually, I think that will be the second one instead, because the things that we envision to make things more, productive for our partners, we were able to do that, particularly with providing them, a library wherein they could use and help them in their business.
What do you think we put in place? There's only two of us. We've achieved a lot. What do you think? What do we put in place that you think's made this possible that we could achieve this?
Oh my gosh. Of course we planned, by the start of this year. We started this year with a plan. That's one thing. And we agreed to commit to that plan. And at the same time, we also check with each other with the progress, and then we also help each other how to address if there are any issues, if there are any delays. I think there's a lot of teamwork that happened there, and that's what made things possible for us quarter after quarter.
And what are you most proud of this year for yourself personally? You gave the generic business achievements. What for yourself are you most proud of doing?
I think I'm proud of working for you for a year. Just kidding. I think that's an achievement. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm happy about that. I think it has to do with a lot of learning and taking risk, I guess, or saying yes to the challenges that you laid out for me, James. That includes, designing a SharePoint site, and then there's also strengthening my connections, in the industry locally. So that one, I think those two, I'm proud of that. And then, yeah, the trainings. I think the level of understanding and knowledge that I have for the business is way, way better than when we started.
I think there's a lot you can be proud of with that. The fact that you're a SharePoint expert now. Anyone looking for a SharePoint expert,
Oh
Dana's
my
happy to
gosh.
step up. But yeah, you've had, in all seriousness, you've taken on the challenges. You put yourself out of the comfort zone and continually improved and kept making sure that you're learning. That's helped a lot. And you pointed out the fact that we've been able to be productive and achieve what we've done because we had a plan. We stuck to that accountability rhythm, and we made sure we kept focusing on what was going to move, what we needed to achieve. And that's a huge thing. And there's a lot of positives here. If we were to restart again, is there anything that you'd do differently?
I think this is something that I learned, throughout the year. It's I think the level of communication, I guess, including the issues. Well, for me personally, I really try as hard as I can, to resolve things on my own. But I think if I will do something differently, I think it's more of like being more comfortable even with the issues rather than pushing myself too hard. It can be seen in a quite positive way, but it can also have an implication. If especially if it will cause a delay. So like when I mentioned, we're helping each other, checking on each other. And I think one of the problems that we encountered with me personally is that there are some slight delays that happen because I try to like finish it in all my effort and energy, but it could have like been improved, or avoided if I would, just like on the spot communicated it with you.
It's a good lesson, and I think from my perspective, I'd I probably wouldn't change a whole lot. I think we've been very successful in what we're doing. We needed to learn some lessons in this sort of model as well as we went by, and the stuff that we did and we changed and we adapted. But that's a normal learning lesson. We haven't let things get stagnant, even though it's a year. It feels like a lot longer because of the level of maturity that we're operating at. And the fact that we've been able to achieve a lot of stuff internally in our business, like you pointed out, all the compliance certifications in the SMB 1001 side, the ISO certs that we've done as well. We've been able to achieve that while building a business, while I've been full time in front of partners, while traveling to go to conferences and doing the digital presence. And we've been able to create over 500 partner resources as well. We've achieved a lot in a year, and uh, I'm not usually one to celebrate this kind of stuff, but this is why we're reflecting because we have done a lot. It has been a big year. It's no wonder that we're tired, but it's setting a foundation up to restart in 2026. And I think it's a good momentum that we're building, and the whole reason why we do these sort of videos is to hold ourselves accountable, so we actually project what we're doing, so we don't get lazy internally, but also to share to partners that this stuff is quite achievable. If two of us can do it, um, anyone can do it. We're not super awesome people that are anything special in this. We've just been quite focused. Like you said, we've got a plan,
Yeah.
and that's what we've been executing on. And that's the messaging I've been putting out to partners for a long time. Start with a plan, start with a vision and a strategy, and all of a sudden, decisions become a lot easier. Focus is a lot easier to be held accountable against, and you can actually make progress, and you can actually look back and go, "We've actually achieved this." And the fact that we've achieved the four major objectives that we set out with from the start of the year, and we stayed on track. I think, to me, that's the thing that I'm most proud of in general, because I'm someone that can go chase shiny stuff and big ideas and get distracted. And Danah you've had the ability to hold me accountable and bring me back if I'm going too off track as well. It's not just me as the business owner getting the execution done. It's you being feeling empowered of what's going on in the business as well. And I think that's probably the final question as I wrap up is, what's with our relationship and how we're working, what do you think you've pointed out in the communications needed to improve, and that's what you would have done differently in the first place?
Mhm.
What's the thing that you think, this working relationship, what do you think's making it work the most? Because you have been stuck working with me for quite a while now.
Yeah.
What lessons would you share as having to work with someone like me? What would you share out to the partners that watch this kind of stuff? If they've got employees and team members that they're trying to get the best out of, what advice would you give, and what's working for us?
Oh my gosh. What's working for us? If I would focus on that, I think it's more of like we believe in what we can bring to the partners. I think that's one, and we're committed, to execute that. So I think it's very important that when you're working for someone or something, you believe in the product, you believe in the leader, so that it's easy for you to take on the challenges and also execute things for the benefit of the customers or clients. I think on my perspective, that's how I see it. I believe in what we're doing here, and I wanted to be who we say we are and what we do. So that keeps me, being committed to doing my best, and sometimes beyond of what I think I can do. So I think that's very important. If you're just doing it for the sake of like I have to do it, it will fail down, along the way. So I think with you, James, the vision that you also cast in this business, of course, you're the first person who believes in that, and if I believe in that as well, we will be able to like work together and execute that with our very very most effort that we can do.
It's it gives me the warm and fuzzies. It feels good. And for me, it's the fact that you can say no.
Mm,
I don't if I don't empower you to do that and know what the vision is and what the plan is, then what can you say no against the business owner? So that relationship's very important to hold me in check as well for us to be successful. There's a lot of lessons here. Been very successful. You've rated it very highly, a 9 out of 10. It's a huge thing because Dana will never give a 10 out of 10. So this is basically a 10. Hopefully, Dana, not just thank you for doing all the work this year. Hopefully, you come back after Christmas and we all do 2026.
I
I've,
will.
I've got it recorded. So thank you for all of that. Hopefully, the partners have enjoyed seeing you month after month, and
I hope so.
we'll pick this up next year and keep sharing the information, and we'll keep driving the industry. So thank you very much, Dana.
Thank you, James. Thank you.